Hey guys, Lachlan Morty back again with another race review video. This time we're actually racing XLs around Bathurst. This was at the Bathurst 6 hour earlier this year and we were the support category. If you want to check out the full video I did on this weekend, it'll be on somewhere on the screen now. You can go check that out. It's on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook anywhere you want to check it out. That goes through every race and the whole weekend. This will be just the first race where got a pretty poor start and had to try fight my way back through. So it's a good race and we'll get into it. Alright guys, so we're on the race start right now. As you see, we're sitting here, getting the handbrake on, putting it in gear, just sitting there waiting. We were actually sitting in 12th in qualifying until the officials pulled me in because our overflow bottle was overflowing with oil. And just dropping it onto the exhaust manifold and just putting a bit of smoke. So there was nothing wrong with the car, it's just we forgot to empty it after we did an oil change. As you see, I sit here and then I start to realize that I actually can't see the lights. So the lights were behind that car directly in front. And he moved over to the right a bit and blocked it. So I was looking back, seeing if I can see any lights behind me to go. I actually couldn't, so we'll see what happens. We'll just let it go for the race start. Here we go. So what we're gonna have to do is try time when I can go with the cars around me. And as you're about to see, I get this pretty wrong. So all the other cars go, and then I go about 2 seconds after them. So started decent, 18th out of 55 cars, and we're just going to fall down the order slowly as we get stuck on the outside. Cars keep flying down the inside. There's not much I can do. There's actually 2 cars on my inside through this corner, so I'm running out nice and wide, don't want to get hit. My mirror actually gets, no it didn't, that was another race, but as you see it was stuck on the outside. The cars are just going to keep driving past, so I think by the end of this we end up about 26th, 27th from 18, so it's not ideal. But we'll have to charge our way through the field and see what we can do about it. So over this race, I actually noticed I had a lack of straight line speed compared to not the New South Wales cars. I was pretty on patch with them during quali and practice. I could stay with them down the straight and pass them down the straight. It was just the Queensland and Victorian cars. Compared to them in a straight line, our car wasn't the strongest, so we had to make it up in the corners. And as you can see, even over the top, that little uphill bit, the car struggled a bit. And right here, this move, I probably shouldn't have done that. Should have just stayed behind him. I had to lift off and brake a bit earlier than I probably would have wanted to if I was behind him. So in hindsight, should have stayed behind him. What we're going to try to do is just follow the cars down the hill and try to get as much of the toe as I can, and not lose positions down the straight. And as you can see, the cars just pulled away. It was mainly at the start of the straight, so towards the end of the straights, I would stick with them a bit. It was just that initial out of the corner, they tend to punch away a bit more. Could have been how because we set up the car, could have been because of my driving, but it kept happening over the race, so it makes me think it wasn't any of those. It was more the engine side of things. But we're gonna make it up under brakes as we go nice and late under here as they're battling ahead. He's just gonna run wide. I'm gonna slot through. Nice and easy position. I want to be careful. I'm just watching him, making sure he doesn't come back across the track. And he doesn't, all good. So we're just going to take that position, move over back to the normal line and brake, and then try and catch the 2 ahead that are battling side by side at the moment. just because we're being cautious of our straight line speed, just pop over to the inside, make sure get the toe in front, and also make sure the guys behind don't try a sneaky move up in here, but we're all good. We're going to fire it in as hard as we can and make up all that time we just lost on the straight, and then continue the battle over the top of the hill and hopefully stick with them all the way to Conrod and catch the toe down the straight at Conrod. Now right here, I shouldn't have gone to the inside. I should have stuck on my line. Wayne Milburn, awesome racing with him all weekend through the 3 races. It was really good to race with him. We gave each other room and we had some good battles, but I should have stuck on behind him, got a better exit, and as you see up the hill, I'm just nowhere. So that was a bit of a mistake on my behalf. I should have really focused on getting the exit and following him over the hill instead of going for a move that wasn't really on at the time. Now we made a fair bit of time back over the top and through Skyline, and as you see, caught up to Wayne onto the straight and we got a bit of that toe, so the time we're going to lose down the straight isn't as bad, and in XLs around this track it was pretty crucial to have a toe on your qualifying laps and during the race. If you were the leader of a pack and didn't have a toe in front of you, you'd get past pretty easily and you guys would lose the pack in front. So as you can see, coming down into here, we'll go late on the brakes, and what Wayne's going to do, Wayne's actually just going to lock that inside front, run a little bit wide, another easy position. Now right here we could have got 2 positions in one, but I backed off, just waited, made sure he didn't come over, but then we still end up securing the position, so he knows I'm there, which is good. So now I know I can fire it down the inside, brake just after the 100 meter board, a bit later than him, and down the inside. So now we're back up to 22nd after going back miles off the start, even though we started 18th. So as you can see, I'm about to get pretty frustrated right now, just because they're going to pass me back when we should really be focusing on the car in front, which was, there you go, the shake of the head, which was who we needed to catch up to and stay with. So he's going to go down the inside and not really do a proper move, and then keep me on the outside. And then after this, I'm just going to lose time down the straight, because 1, I was on the outside, and 2, I didn't have a toe, and they had a slight toe on the car in front, but it wouldn't have been any more than half a tenth probably up that straight, and then I'm just going to slot back in behind him where I started on that lap. So got all that work to do. Again, pretty disappointed in myself and the driving there. We should have really focused on the guys in front. There we go, fire it into there again. That was probably my strongest point coming up into turn 2 on this track. I was really going in late, barely using the brakes and just using the engine to slow it down a bit when you're popping in a third. But same thing, just going to follow these guys. I'm going to check my mirror because I got a car behind me. And right here, big whack from behind. That was, I think, car 54. Car 54 hit me from behind, so it didn't bother me that much. These cars are pretty strong. I wouldn't have done much damage to the car. It probably hurt him more than anything by hitting me up a bit where you want to have as much torque as you can to get up the hill, and help me more than anything. But yeah, we'll focus on catching the 2 in front before the end of the race. We've got 2 laps left, so plenty of time and plenty of racetrack to still catch him. What we're doing here is just, while I've got time down the straight, I can have a quick look, check my temperature just behind my rev gauge there, just make sure I'm not over temp. As these guys are ahead, we're going to watch these guys. They're going to battle, allow me to catch back up a bit here. as he goes a bit defensive. He goes right to the outside. That just stuffs them both up and it allows me to catch right back up. But what I'm going to do, get a bit greedy, lock up, and go straight across. Now, I'm just going to have to keep checking my mirror, make sure I don't come across. Stay right to the right side and let the guys through, because that's a bit unfair if I cut the corner like that and let them through. So he's going to go through, and I'm just going to follow him and complete this lap. That missed gear there probably didn't help my straight line predicament that much. But as you can see, just check the temps again, but we still didn't lose that much to him, and the guys behind me were being calm and not going for a move. So gonna fire it in here again, once again, make up a heap of time after we just lost it in the straight. And these guys ahead, there's about 4 of them that are bumper to bumper, so what I'm gonna do is just chill, watch them, make sure they don't do anything silly and ruin my race, but I'm just gonna make sure I don't do anything silly and ruin mine and their races. So they're going to go side by side through here. And Wayne, again, really clean racing all weekend. Just leaves the door open. Sees I'm there. And that's another position gain. So we're in 24th now. About a lap and a half to go. And there's a group of 2 cars in front that we ideally could catch. So we'll put our head down and try to chase them down. So we've caught the group ahead now. I'm going to move over to the outside of this corner. And I know I shouldn't have done that, so what I'm going to do when we get into this little kink up here, I'm just going to pull out, let him take the corner, because we're in a really tight pack and I want to try and make a move or stay with him down Conrod and not get passed by him down Conrod. So I'm just going to stick behind here, over the top, follow him for the last lap, and hopefully some luck will come my way this race. So fortunately here, some luck actually did go my way. He got run a bit wide by that red car in front, and again another position just before the line. So these guys are going to go side by side. Just going to block my inside, make sure no one can get it. Check the mirror, I'm fine. Move back over to the outside and try to get a good line and possibly get another pass. And it looks like he's going to keep that position across the line to finish the race. So there we have it, guys. That was the first race at Bathurst in XLs. Unfortunately, the 2 other races were safety card for the whole race because of incidents on the first lap. A couple of them I was almost involved in, but I just dodged. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment on what you would like to see next, what track or what car or what track car combination you would like to see. And yeah, hope you guys are staying safe during lockdown, and can't wait to get back to the track and do some more of these racing so I can get some more videos to you guys. Cheers.